Hey everybody, so today I have the V50 Elite Akaso. I've had this one now for about a year, and it'll actually be a year here in just a couple weeks. This one does up to 4K 60 FPS. You got your power button right here in the front, and then of course you got your camera, your lens. On the side you got your arrows here. You do have a screen. I'll get that turned on here and show you in a second. Here you can connect a USB and you can charge it up right here. You can also connect it to your computer and pull off your files if you want to do it that way. You can also do a mini HDMI, and then you got your TF micro SD card. And I forgot what the capacity is for what it's up to. I think 128. I might have that wrong, but I'm using a 64 in it, and I usually use several 64s. You do have a little tripod mount there in the bottom. As you can see, I did a little bit of damage breaking it. And then of course you got your battery door, and then I do have some spare batteries. They're pretty cheap to get. Now the one con that I have with this one is that there's no screen. So if you try to use this in selfie mode, you're not going to know exactly what it sees and if you're going to see yourself. Let's go ahead and power it up. There's also a little Wi-Fi button up there that you can connect. So let's go ahead and go in. So right now it looks like I have it at a 1080p. I was letting my daughters play with this. Video resolution, you got your option. You could also do 120 FPS in 1080p. You could do up to only 60 in the 2.7K as well, and it's 60K or 60 in 4K. I'll go ahead and put it over to the 4K. Also with the 4K, you're not going to be able to use the image stabilization. So if you want to use that, I think you have to do, is it that one? Yeah, you have to do the 30 FPS to do the image stabilization, and then you can go in there and you can turn that on. And then you also got loop recording, so you can use this as a dash cam as well if you want to. You can change your video encoder. You can do 264 or 265. You also have time-lapse intervals that you can do. And there's some other stuff that you can do as well if you're in the right settings. So there's like slow motion movie and stuff like that. Fast action, wind noise reduction. There is a So this one does have a microphone built in. You also have drive mode. Like I said, you can use it for the dash cam. You could also take actual photos with it, and you can change the resolution up to 20 megapixels it shows. I haven't checked the sensor to see if it actually goes up to 20 or not. And then you could go sounds, you got Bluetooth, and you got distortion, calibration, special effects. You got drive stamps, or date stamps, I mean, date and time, screensavers, yada, yada, yada. You can also adjust your exposure. You can reset your Wi-Fi setting, format your card. I'm going to go ahead and format my card while I'm thinking about it. I don't know what my daughter's left on it. And then, of course, you can go into your system. You can see the system information. You can see your card information. What I'll do is I'll take this out and I'll just do a couple quick shots to kind of show you the quality of it. All right, so we're outside. I'm going to kind of test it out a little bit out here in my backyard. But like I said, the one con is it doesn't have that little screen on the front, so you can't really see if it's actually seeing you that great. You have to kind of guess where it's at. So we'll start recording on here just so I can start showing you some footage and how well it's going to work. All right. And let's go for a walk to test the image stabilization as well. And we'll have some audio with the action camera. And now we're getting into the light. It's going to be a lot sunnier. I don't know how well the image stabilization is working right now. I actually haven't really used this camera in a while. It's just been sitting around, but I wanted to start using it now, starting now. All right, now I'll just do some walking facing forward where I can actually see where I'm going. Now for a budget-friendly action camera, this isn't bad. If you were to try to compare it to like a GoPro, of course it's not quite as good as a GoPro. The GoPro is quite a bit higher budget range. So my only complaint is going to be that I can't really see in the front. The other thing with this one is that it's not waterproof. You have to actually use an enclosure, which it did come with one, but it broke before I ever got to use it. It cracked, and I never did get a replacement for it. But you do have to use an enclosure for it, a case for it to go underwater. And with that on, you also can't have any sound at all either. Anyway, this is the V50 Elite from Akaso, and for a budget action camera, I'm pretty happy with it.